The NBA trade market is all out of whack as once again, the asking price for a Lakers trade target has significantly increased in recent weeks. So we're going to break down this latest report as Alex Caruso has been someone that's been linked to the LA Lakers almost since he's left for Chicago, but especially since the Chicgao Bulls are very much in flux right now, a team that is in the mid-level of the Eastern Conference that desperately needs some type of shakeup, but apparently they are asking for the moon. So we're going to break down this asking price, what it means to the LA Lakers given the fact this trade market has gone absolutely crazy, and what LA can do to improve the roster. So lots of stuff to break down. Before we dive into that, folks, again, over 88% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel, and we want to keep you up to date with all of the latest LA Lakers news. And we're making a push for 2,000 subscribers, hopefully before this year's trade deadline. So it means the world to us. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the latest LA Lakers news, hit that subscribe button. But let's dive into what's going on with this LA Lakers team, because again, everyone that has followed the LA Lakers since he's left has wanted Alex Caruso back on the team. However, even though the reports have been scant in recent weeks, we have heard reports over the season that LA Lakers would be interested in bringing back Alex Caruso, and a lot of reports tying the LA Lakers to a bunch of big wings across the NBA. Now, I made a video yesterday breaking down how Dorian Finney-Smith, the asking price for him has gone through the moon now here at this point. And there's still a bunch of reports saying the Lakers are still interested, but a guy that feels like he'd be a better fit regardless of if he's a better player or not, but just for, you know, the LA Lakers culture, bring back an NBA championship to the LA Lakers, Alex Caruso, his price would be crazy as well. So basically, reporters revealed that the Chicgao Bulls are seeking an OG Anunoby type deal in exchange for Alex Caruso, and this is coming from Adrian Wojnarowski, a little Woj bomb that is dropped here on this this day for the Chicgao Bulls and now the LA Lakers in reference. So what does that mean? What does that type of package look like? Because OG Anunoby is definitely a guy that, you know, is an established player in the league, right now, 6'7", only 26 years old, averaging 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 38% from the three-point line, and, you know, put it up solid numbers. Averaged 17 points per game 1 year. Well, made an all-NBA, all-defensive NBA team. You know, it's been a scoring option for the Raptors, and now the Knicks. We're seeing what he's able to do for that New York Knicks team. OG Anunoby is a guy that's extremely valuable out there on the open market. So, does this make sense for the LA Lakers to make a deal for Alex Caruso, giving up a similar package? Because OG Anunoby was traded for Emmanuel Quickley, who, again, was a restricted free agent this summer, so the Knicks were incentivized to deal him away, but a very, very promising young point guard that was averaging like 22 points per game for the New York Knicks before he ended up getting, but when he was the starter for this team over the past 2 seasons, obviously Jalen Brunson is the top dog, their star over there in New York, so Quickly, as well as RJ Barrett, who again is another 20 point per game scorer. His contract is a little bit confusing. Some looked at it as a negative asset with the Toronto Raptors. He's playing absolutely phenomenal as of late. So another really solid young piece that could potentially break out into a star. Some people call him the Maple Mamba, obviously being Canadian and reference to being a shooting guard. Anyone that's a scoring shooting guard, I feel like gets reference to Kobe at certain points. And then also a Detroit Pistons second round pick, which is basically a late first. So that's the type of package, that's the package that the Bulls are asking for an Alex Caruso. Now, should the LA Lakers do this? Because we look at the package, we look at what Alex Caruso provides to a team, and again, not the greatest scoring numbers. The three-point percentage is solid. This season, he has increased his production significantly, averaging 10 points per game, almost doubling his scoring average from last year. But is a guy that, is shooting 40% from the three-point line, a good spot-up shooter through this league, but isn't going to create much for your team. Again, can make the right pass. He's not going to be a sort of playmaker in the sense that he's going to be driving in, getting paint touches, making those great kickouts and stuff. He can do that on occasion, but he's not, your elite sort of PG. What you're getting from Alex Caruso is one of the best hounding on-ball defenders in the entire NBA, a guy that can space the floor with catch-and-shoot threes out there on the offensive end, and throw down a couple of nice highlight plays, a dunker here or two, and sneak into the highlight reel, on those ESPN highlights. So that's what Alex Caruso is providing, but again, not crazy production. He's also a guy that's a bit older, 29 years old, so he's not like that young and budding prospect that we saw him grow into with the LA Lakers. So doesn't make sense for the LA Lakers to give up a package like this, because in order to compete with one of those OG Anunoby type trade packages, Alex Caruso would have to be involved. A younger star might be on a bigger contract. Some might call it overvalued, some might not. I think it's a really strong contract the LA Lakers signed Austin Reaves for, out here in the off season. So Austin Reaves going back to the Bulls and like another player and like Hachimura and stuff. And then you also probably have to take back some weird money because Alex Caruso's on a contract, which is only $9 million per season. So that's kind of the asking price. That's what the Lakers would have to give up in order to bring in Alex Caruso. And frankly, it's too much. It's too much. LA right now has other problems, even though, again, reports are revealing the Lakers are interested in bringing in more of these 3-and-D type of wings, especially with the Vandalorian going out. But that's too much for Alex Caruso. Again, Lakers need to figure out their backup point guard position. They probably need to add some front court depth in there as well. I mean, Jackson Hayes hasn't been the sort of breakout center a lot of people are hoping he might be for this Lakers squad. I mean, Andre Drummond, bringing him back to LA Lakers might be a better sort of fit in terms of a player on that roster than a Caruso in terms of the asking price. Obviously, you'd prefer Alex Caruso coming back in any potential deal, but the asking prices out there are crazy. But there's a lot better options, a lot cheaper options than Alex Caruso out there on the trade market. But, Dorian Finney-Smith, we saw that that asking price was crazy, from the Brooklyn Nets, multiple firsts and things like that. So that wouldn't make sense for the LA Lakers. But a Bruce Brown, Raptors are asking for a first and a player. Bruce Brown is a guy that is been more capable scorer than Alex Caruso, is a lesser of a defender, but can get more rebounds. You're giving up different attributes. He's less a consistent shooter, but could be a cool fit and played very, very well for the Denver Nuggets in that playoff series against the Lakers last season. The Lakers have also been interested, tied to Bruce Brown a bunch, not just in the summer, but right now leading up into this year's trade deadline. I think Bruce Brown is a much more realistic trade option than in Alex Caruso, given these lucrative asking prices and the Raptors' sort of direction of wanting to get rid of him. The Raptors are really ready to sell on that man pretty fast. But again, there's also chatter that the LA Lakers want to keep all of their draft capital in order to make a big swing this offseason. Swing for an actual star, Donovan Mitchell level player, one of those types of guys to pair alongside a Twilight LeBron and Anthony Davis, but just to have for the future as LeBron James sort of ages out, a proper number 2 option besides AD. Some might argue Austin Reaves could develop into that, but we'll see how that all shakes out. But again, Bruce Brown is probably the guy that I'd be more interested in going after, and then maybe fulfilling that buyout sort of option with a Kyle Lowry out there at the backup point guard position. I think that sort of stuff makes sense. Maybe even from the Raptors get Dennis Schroeder back as well. That's a potential trade target the LA Lakers have also been interested in, but I don't trust Gabe Vincent in terms of his health holding up for a decent playoff run. Again, the Lakers have been better, so it doesn't necessarily, you don't need to drastically change anything. You don't need to make some crazy OG Anunoby-esque deal. Fortify your roster, fortify your bench, get people healthy, figure out your holes, and then fill them ahead of this trade deadline. That's what you have to do if you're Rob Pelinka, and not make just crazy trades and get finessed by the Brooklyn Nets or by the Chicgao Bulls. So let me know what you guys think about all this LA Lakers news. You guys are the best to make it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. I'm signing out. Cheers.